Right now, let's get to Yeah Man, No Man.
It's time for Yeah Man, No Man. He's the former MVP of his high school football team.
Not really.
From New Jersey.
The Cavs are here.
And gives rapid-fire questions. Here's the executive producer of the Dukes and Bell Show, Chris Thomas.
All right, Turtle, what's going on today, man?
What if I told you the Falcons are hosting a visit this week? 6'8", 300 pounds, and has 99 career sacks.
I want him. Who is it? You've got me at 99 sacks. Who is it?
The manimal himself,
Who?
Calais Campbell, is taking a little trip to the A this week. There's your pass rusher, folks.
Okay, Mike, how you feeling about this?
I like it. I mean, you and I debated back. Oh, I know. Julio wanted too much money. Yeah, that was 17. We had to give Julio the bump.
Wait a minute. You don't blame Julio for that, too?
Yes, it's Julio's fault.
Yeah,
I
right,
wanted
you're
Calais
right.
Campbell in 17. He signed a 4-year, $60 million deal. I believe it was with Jacksonville at the time. Calais Campbell is a stud. He's a mountain of a man. But the only problem is, Carl, he is going to be 37.
How old?
37
I'm out.
in September.
I'm out. Chris, you had me at 99 sacks. Mike, you lost me at 37.
No. The good news is we brought back Eddie Goldman, who quit last year, but he's coming back. And we're talking to a 36-year-old, but again, in his prime, an absolute bad A.
No, there's no doubt. And the stats tell you that. Calais Campbell has been a guy that, from a production standpoint, okay, and you got to go back to his days originally with Arizona, right? Originally with the Cards. Right. And then he goes later in his career to Baltimore. We're talking about, the last, as Max said, 17, 18, or 18, 19, 20. Point is, I like getting a guy like this, but you have to know the mileage on him is going to limit his ability to how many snaps he can play for you.
Well, he's not coming in to be an every down player.
Correct.
He's
Rotation.
coming in, he's a rotational guy, and they're going to say, go sick him. That's
All right.
it.
So if that's the role, which it would be, the question then becomes, what's the pay? Because that's the other part of this, right? Again, they've done an excellent job of not overpaying for pretty much anybody in the offseason so far.
If you're looking for any kind of comparatives, guaranteed was $6 million last year, 2 years, 12.5 from the Ravens for 2 years.
Okay, and by the way, most of these deals that you've seen, not just with the Falcons around the league, they're one-year deals. The guys, teams are not committed. They are getting themselves out of these deals, especially when it comes to free agency. If a guy comes in and he sucks, I don't have to have him around 3 years from now and still pay him. So 2 years, technically, it will be a one-year deal. The team will be able to walk after that. If you're telling me we can get Calais Campbell, who could help the youngsters, the guys that haven't done what he's been able to do in this league, I'm all in. I'm joking about the age because at the end of the day, this is the kind of guy that we haven't had to kind of show the way for some of the young guys that are on this team.
But if you think about it, guys, when we look at our defensive tackle depth the last 2 seasons, these were guys who were on taxi squads, practice squads, guys who were on like 5 teams in 4 years. Guys that had like 1 or 2 starts. Now you're getting some guys in the rotation. David Onyemata, Daquan Graham coming back. Look, I don't know what Eddie Goldman, why he quit last year, but Eddie Goldman's only 29. And then you throw in a potential Calais Campbell. Now all of a sudden you've got a lot of size and a lot of depth along with the young guys on the edge. That's good. You can't complain about that. But I don't know why guys are texting us. No, that doesn't preclude you from getting a generational player like Jalen Carter if he's available. But this is, in the short term, this helps us immediately, and I like it.
Yeah, and what did he have last year? 6 sacks? 5.5?
I think 4, between like 4 and 6, something like that.
So,
that's where he's been the last couple years.
And I'm
a space grabber in the middle.
Yeah,
but you know what else he is? 2019 Walter Payton Man of the Year winner.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you're getting in the clubhouse, in the locker room with him.
Yeah, it does matter, man. And he's got a lot of miles on him. A guy that got into the league in 2008. But this is the tail end of his career. And if you're telling me that he could come in and be a third down guy for us, I'm all good. I'm fine with that. We'll see what happens, but he's coming to visit.
This goes back to what we talked about. I know I keep banging the drum on it, but the Eagles had that kind of rotation. They had those guys. I mean, Fletcher Cox, and you talked about Hargrave and the young players, all those dudes. That's what you got to have. Now, we haven't had that for years, by the way.
No. The last time we did, Mike, we went up and it was a Super Bowl year.
Right.
And when we went out and picked up the Colts defensive
Dwight Freeney.
Right. That's the last time we did something like this. And Freeney wasn't Freeney when we got him,
right,
but Freeney was a great locker room dude and helped Vic Beasley immensely.